This host isn't real. I'm a synthetic version of myself. And that's exactly the point. Welcome to the Politics of AI Filmmaking. 20 years later, people still believe in Middle-earth, not just emotionally, visually. You watch The Lord of the Rings today, and somehow it still works. The armor feels heavy, the mud feels cold, the mountains feel ancient. Even Gollum, one of the earliest major digital characters, still feels alive. And that's strange, because most blockbuster visual effects age badly. Technology moves forward, software improves, rendering evolves. But Lord of the Rings didn't become obsolete. Why? Because Peter Jackson and Weta weren't trying to replace filmmaking with technology. They were trying to support filmmaking with technology. And honestly, that may be the single most important lesson for the future of AI cinema. When people talk about AI filmmaking today, they usually talk in extremes. Either AI will destroy cinema, or AI will replace everything. But the truth may be sitting inside a trilogy made 20 years ago, because Lord of the Rings was already a hybrid workflow. Miniatures, digital compositing, practical makeup, massive crowd simulation, real locations, forced perspective tricks, motion capture. It used everything. And importantly, it never worshipped the technology. The technology served the illusion. That's why it holds up. The Balrog still feels massive because they combined lighting, smoke, physical interaction, cinematography, sound design, editing rhythm. Gollum works because Andy Serkis gave a human performance underneath the digital skin. The software amplified humanity. It didn't replace it. And that distinction matters more than ever. I don't think audiences hate AI. I think audiences hate artificiality. That's different. Audiences will absolutely accept invisible AI. They already do. De-aging, background cleanup, wire removal, upscaling, rotoscoping, crowd generation. Most viewers never notice. What they reject is emotional emptiness. The reason some modern blockbusters feel fake isn't because they use CGI. It's because the filmmaking stopped feeling grounded. Too many digital environments with no physical reference. Too many weightless action scenes. Too many perfect synthetic images with no texture, friction, or imperfections. Ironically, AI may accidentally push filmmaking further into that problem if studios use it the wrong way. Because corporations love efficiency, and AI promises faster production, cheaper labor, infinite revisions, algorithmic optimization. But cinema was never built entirely on optimization. Cinema was built on limitation. There's a reason the miniatures in Lord of the Rings still impress people. Because cameras understand reality better than algorithms do. Real light behaves differently. Real materials interact differently. Real costumes wrinkle naturally. Even when the audience can't consciously explain it, their brain feels it. Jackson understood this instinctively. They built gigantic miniatures, what they called bigatures, massive physical cities, physical armor, physical weapons, physical mud. Then CGI extended the world, not replaced it. That hybrid approach may actually become the future of AI filmmaking. AI for scale, cleanup, speed, iteration, enhancement. Humans for emotional truth, physical grounding, performance, taste, imperfection. And honestly, that sounds less like the death of cinema and more like the evolution of it. But here's where the politics begin. Because hybrid filmmaking is expensive, and fully synthetic filmmaking eventually won't be. Studios may decide, why build sets? Why hire extras? Why travel? Why construct armor? Why employ entire departments? If AI can generate good enough. And that phrase, good enough, may become the most dangerous phrase in the future of filmmaking. Because audiences don't always know why something feels cheap. They just feel it. The danger is not that AI makes terrible movies. The danger is that it makes acceptable ones, efficient ones, disposable ones, content optimized for streaming retention metrics instead of cinematic memory. Lord of the Rings wasn't optimized content, it was obsessive craftsmanship. Thousands of artists solving impossible physical problems by hand. And that obsession is visible on screen. Here's the fascinating part. Audiences may become the balancing force because viewers are already starting to crave texture, authenticity, physicality, real locations, practical stunts, tactile filmmaking. Look at the reaction whenever people hear they actually built that set or they really filmed on location. People respond emotionally to effort, not because they hate technology, but because effort leaves fingerprints, and fingerprints feel human. That may become the future. AI handles the invisible labor. Humans preserve the soul, not AI versus traditional filmmaking, but AI supporting traditional filmmaking. The same way CGI supported Lord of the Rings instead of consuming it. Maybe Peter Jackson accidentally showed us the roadmap 20 years ago. Use technology aggressively, but anchor it in reality. Let computers expand imagination, not replace human craftsmanship entirely. Because audiences don't remember rendering power, they remember belief. And somehow, Middle-earth still feels real. If this got you thinking, subscribe, because this conversation is just getting started. Join me on Substack, politicsofai.substack.com. That's where the real conversation continues. I'm Marc Kimball. This is the Politics of AI Filmmaking.